What is a good starting program and equipment for beginners? Well, you don't really need equipment if you're just beginning. You just need software. I don't know, fucking Fruity Loops or Ableton, whatever. Honestly, anything goes at that point. Or if you really want to save a shitload of time, just go straight into Reaper. if you if you're not a fucking if you're not a DAW pro after learning fucking Reaper, then there's something wrong with you. But if you figure Reaper out, anything else is a joke. And Reaper is more or less free. Yeah, it's kind of free. Like there's a paid version. It's like $40, something stupid. Reaper's fucking insane. Like in terms of flexibility, like the shit you can do with Reaper is actually fucking nuts. But God, the UI is a nightmare, and the customization is a nightmare. But for a DAW, it's pretty fucking complete. Yeah, I mean, Ableton and Fruity Loops, if you just want like a nice, easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl fucking UI that you can, familiarize yourself with, but don't get too familiar, because if you start switching DAWs, then all that shit goes out the window. That's why I never really recommended Fruity Loops for anyone just starting out, because good luck leaving Fruity Loops. You know what I mean? You'll get as far as fucking Martin Garrix's fucking Animals, and then that'll be the height of your fucking career. Because if you go to start using a real fucking DAW with everything you've ever learned in fucking Fruity Loops, like, you'll be like, where's the step sequencer? Like, where's the, it's like the ZBrush of 3D modeling. It's just such an abstraction. Well, it's bad in the sense of workflow because it literally has no correlation to any other fucking DAW. You know what I mean? What DAW do you know that behaves and feels and works in a multi-track capacity like FL Studio? None. You know what I mean? So it's unique in that sense. So if you specialize in fucking Fruity Loop Studio, like, and then all of a sudden, you're fucking swinging your big EDM dick around with your big EDM hit, and someone actually gives you a fucking Pro Tools project, and you have to open it up in Pro Tools. You might as well fucking use some of that EDM dick money to hire a fucking engineer to sort that shit out for you, because Mom! Someone gave me a Logic file! Yeah, or whatever, Basically. Ableton is pretty good. It's like a cartoony version of a DAW. What a DAW should be, basically, It's everything's there in the right order. Like, you have your linear stuff and the way that, things work, and levels and stuff like that. But of course, it has its own quirks when you go into perform mode. It does things like totally differently, because then you're working with like clip-based editing. Whereas, like, good luck setting up clip-based editing in Cubase or fucking Reaper or whatever the fuck. Yeah, FL Mixer's just ghastly, man. I couldn't stand it. There's like no monitoring. You're basically just, what does this do? Even if you knew what you were doing, you didn't know what you were doing. This sounds way more louder, dude. Isn't that just a gain stage? I don't know. It just sounds way better. Okay, well, that's basically Fruity Loops in a nutshell. Sometimes, Basically, yeah. Like, I don't know what this does, but if I do that, and I'm like, well, if my ear serves me correctly, all you're doing is turning up the volume.
How come it's all distorted?
It's like, it's like have you ever deleted an amazing song by accident? Oh, I've done both, actually. I've done it by accident and on purpose. Huge fan. I love your music. Neat. There's Now we have a sticker. That's amazing.